was gone for a couple of weeks, but I'm back now. I don't want to lose you guys, but I do want to encourage you to go to my TikTok. My TikTok has a lot more videos on there for you to enjoy. Yeah, because TikTok is a little bit easier to do videos on than YouTube, but I still want this platform. I do want to go live. I do want to stream some live shows. I want to go pull some of these women that I talk to on a daily, if not every other day basis, and get their take on it. And different races of women, different backgrounds of women who are dealing with this. This is new for them because, this trauma that we're going through, a lot of people unalive themselves. I didn't realize how many people are on the verge of, or the depression they just can't handle. And you know what? Let me say this. We need to stop making people out everything. Point blank. They can't be your everything. You can't live for a person. And without getting into religion too much, because a lot of people, unfortunately, a lot of people don't believe in God, and I can't tell you how to believe. I do believe in God. We have a jealous God that we serve. He's a jealous God because he created us. And so once you start worshiping a person or seemingly worshiping a person, he will show you who that person is. He will, especially if you ask. He will. So we don't need to make a person our everything. They never need to be our everything. It's almost like you're worshiping them. You don't need to do that. That's where we go wrong, I think. That's where we go wrong. You can love a person, but love them at a healthy level. Okay? Healthy level. And I know a lot of people have abandonment issues. I don't know what's going on in everybody's life to be the way that they are when they get with the person, overly obsessing over that person. It's just like not normal. So first and foremost, don't make a person your everything. When you get married, it's supposed to be forever. It's supposed to be until the person dies, because it says better or worse, rich or poor, or death. And one grounds to divorce somebody on is adultery. I mean, we're not here to be anyone's rug. That's man or female. And for the most part, especially if you're an empath, you're going to give them opportunities, because it like me, it takes me a minute. I have a lot of patience for people, but it takes me a minute. And once I'm done, I'm done. There ain't no getting that back. I'm good. I don't want you back ever. And the capacity that you were there, I don't want you back. And the trauma, I can't sit here and say I've never experienced hurt before in relationships. Like I said previously, I've dealt with 3 others, and the reason the way you know that you've dealt with them is that I've been studying this since 2017. So I realized what happened in those previous relationships, and I was definitely with some narcissists. My very first husband was a grandiose narcissist, and I did write a book. It's called Nuke by a Narcissist, and it's in a poetry form because I have ADHD, y'all. I think I mentioned that before. And so this ADHD is, to me, it's a mental disorder, okay? It has everything to do with your attention. It's attention deficit. And as it was explained to me, ADHD means your attention deficit with a behavioral problem. It could be you have anger issues. It could be something. It's a part of imperfection. Let's just put it that way. It's part of imperfection. I don't have ADD. I have ADHD. So because I have a anger problem with mine. So you take that ADHD and you mix that with a person that's narcissistic. It's not a good mix. It's not a good mix because first of all, our bodies don't produce the dopamine we need like everybody else. So we don't have sufficient dopamine. So guess where we get the dopamine from? The idiots. That's where we get it from. And that's why it takes us so long to leave them. And it's crazy. The whole science to being with these individuals is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And when when I first made my mind up that I was just gonna walk away from this relationship, the first thing that came to my mind is I don't want my kids to be, I don't want to be a single mom again, ever. And I don't want my kids to be without their dad. But it wasn't worth it to stay in the relationship because all we did was argue all the time. And they were, he threw temper tantrums that were scary. Now, he early on in our relationship, he tried tapping me a couple of times. That didn't work. He learned early on, oh, I ain't the one. And that should have been enough for me at that moment in time to walk away, knowing that he had it in him to put his hands on me. But he learned, you ain't gonna do me like that. Because I had been through that before with a previous husband. And I was scared of him. I was younger than him. I was scared of him. And so I didn't have like broken jaws, black eyes, stuff like that, because he knew better than that. He knew I was a po-po. I called a po-po in a minute. And he, so he never left like, the first husband never left like visible things on my face and stuff, but like he would hit me around my body, and then he would just, I don't know if y'all watch wrestling. My husband used to do a lot of wrestling moves on me. I weighed like 90 something pounds. And I probably done had some broken ribs before and just never went to the hospital to get it fixed. He used to DDT me, clothesline me, everything he could think of. He did it to me. And so, yeah, like I said, this was not new to me, but this was the longest relationship I've ever had. When it was June, that would have been 19 years, I believe, in a marriage, being married to him this past June. But it'll be almost a year, it'll be a year in August that we've not lived together. But so many things were going through my head, like I didn't want to be a single mom again. I didn't want my kids to be without their dad, but it wasn't worth it to stay, because now when I get up, I'm happier. I don't go to bed crying. I don't go to bed worried about somebody being mad at me or they got an attitude. When I wake up in the morning, I'm waking up because I want to wake up. I don't have nobody slamming drawers shut or waking up extra early and waking me up just because they want me to be up. I don't have any of that going on. And when I come in at night, I'm coming to a quiet house. So I'm good. One of the first things somebody told me is, if you're still unhappy when he's not there, then the problem lies with you. I'm good. I'm really good. Sometimes I get lonely, but not lonely for him. Just lonely for maybe a male companionship. Wanting to do things with a male, but it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, because I don't want to end up with anyone else like him or any of the previous ones I've been with. I don't. I want peace. I want a person that knows who God is, has a spiritual background, period, and a family-oriented background. Not a transactional family background either. Don't want that. Don't want that. I don't want an overbearing mother. I want my husband to have respect for his mom, where he's not saying bad things about his mother. He has respect for her, but she knows her place as a mom. And I don't want a husband that needs to be, if I choose to get married. I mean, it's not a big deal to be single. It's not. And I don't want and if I do get a husband, I don't want a husband that, I want a fun husband. Somebody that's fun. Somebody that's, you don't mind, you love waking up to, and you love going to bed with. My husband was he was a drag. He was just a drag, but only to me. Only to me. Around everybody else, he was just fun, loving fun. But to me, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. So, and I'm not trying to build anyone again, ever. A man has to have a foundation of his own. He has to have a foundation, and we'll just put our foundations together and grow together. I don't want a man that doesn't have a foundation and everything can't get on his nerves, because I really don't have anything in common with men. The men that approach me, I'm 52. I get a lot of men who approach me and they're like in their 30s. I don't have anything in common with them. They haven't lived life, not like I have. And sometimes age, it depends, because some people can act older than they are. It depends, but I got kids in their 30s, so so I just want somebody who, like I said, fun. Don't act, oh my knees, oh my back. I don't need that either. I don't need that either. I'm not looking for perfection in anybody, because we're not perfect. But everything can't get on his nerves, and he value his family more than he value my family. I don't want to go through that no more. I've been through that. I don't want to go through that. And but see, we have to get over some of this trauma. A lot of us will get into another relationship and will not have healed from that previous relationship, thus carrying baggage to someone who might not deserve it. Of course, a lot of things are still going to be up here. They're going to still be up there. And then the person that you get with has to understand that you're going to be going through it sometime. You may cry out of the blue. And they can't be, what's wrong with you? You can't be with a person that's just not empathetic. I want a person with a heart. And I'm telling you, it's hard out here. And a lot of people are saying, why are y'all waiting so late in the game to get divorced? You could have just stuck it out. I could have. But at what cost? My mental health? Because their main goal is to drive you crazy. And there were things that were done to me that I know now, purposely, meant to make you feel like you were losing your mind, such as you not being able to find your keys for 2 hours when you know where you put them, and then you go back 2 hours later and they're where you put them. Yeah, stuff like that. They do stuff like that because they want to make you just feel off. Demonic. But then you're the crazy one. That's what they'll call you in a minute. Oh, you're crazy. Something's wrong with you. Yeah, you. I just recently went to a restaurant with Mind because we needed to talk. Because he seems to like to avoid conversations. We need to talk. So, I was asking him, what's the end game? What's your end game? Because I filed for divorce last year, and we're not divorced yet. And he didn't want to sign the papers. And he was like, can you wait till I'm legal? And I'm like, that has nothing to do with me. You can be legal. He doesn't need me to be legal because he's had his green card for the more than 3 years. So he doesn't need me now. He can become legal. I don't know if he's trying to see if I'm will change my mind about being with them, because that's going to be a no. And I think I've sent enough signals and said enough things to let him know that's going to be a no. It's going to be a no. I don't feel, when I look at him, like when he's talking to me and expressing himself, I'm just waiting for lies. That's what I be listening out for, the lies. And it seems like when you're talking to them, you know what? They'll go, if you're having a conversation with a narcissist, and I need you to pay attention if you're still dealing with them. When you're talking about like you and that person, they don't want to feel any type of shame. So guess what they're going to do? Talk about everything over here. You got to bring them all the way back to what you were talking about. And I found myself doing that a couple of times. And don't let them get into those conversations where they're talking about oh, well, they said, don't do that. Ain't nobody said nothing. That's a lie. When they start that stuff, that's a lie. That is a lie. Nobody said anything. They just like to triangulate people. You got to understand that. They like to triangulate people. They like to put people all up in the juice. Ain't nobody said nothing. Everybody saying, because what you got to understand is they care about self-image. Okay? Certain people, they will tell things. They will smear. That smear campaign. Because I had a smear campaign done to me really bad, where he was telling people I stole money from him. First of all, I'm your wife. I put you in business. I can never steal from you. Everything you got, I deserve. I can never steal from you. But he told people that. And then when I brought that up, I said, why did you tell people I stole from you? He goes, I didn't tell people that. What I told him is that you were over everything, that you had put you in charge of everything, and I just don't know what happened to them. What was happening to my money? Really, sir? Really? Because that wasn't true either. But they're saying the same thing, that I took money from you. And you don't know what happened to your stuff. No, what you were doing. Did you tell them that you were mismanaging your money? Did you tell them that you were spending money on women? Did you tell them you were cheating? Did you tell them that? No, I'm sure you didn't. I know you didn't. So, yeah, they'll do all of that. Don't let them make you have to be the bad guy. Don't do that. Don't listen to that. They can believe what the delusional minds want to believe. Do not listen to that. Always come back with the receipts and the truth. And guess what? They're gonna shut that out. Try to shut that all the way down and say no. Or you can say, oh, that wasn't my recollection. Or come again. And that kind of shuts that down. That shuts that down. And because like I said, at the end of the day, they think about self-image and shame. So it's sometimes not even worth having a conversation with them, because they're not going to tell the truth. And the stuff that they talk about, you'll be like, huh? And they'll be like, you don't remember that, you don't remember that. You'll be like, no, I don't, because it didn't happen. But if you can, don't argue with them. Don't argue with them. You can simply say, that's not true. That's not true. And let them express themselves any way they want to. Because see, they're waiting on it. They're waiting on an argument. Because of what you got to understand is you're fueling them when you argue. You're fueling them. And they take that as, oh, she still cares. Because if she didn't, she wouldn't. You don't care. You don't care anymore. So don't fuel them. Don't fuel them. When they start lying, be like, okay, well, let's talk about something else then, because you're not going to be truthful. Let's talk about something else. Let's get on another subject. Let's try something else. Because I can see you're not going to be truthful. And yes, you have to be indifferent. Because if you were all emotional before when you guys would have conversations because you knew they were lying, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give that to them. Don't do that. You're indifferent. You know who they are. You know that they're liars. So get ready for the lies. Get ready for the lies. Just don't let them twist you in a pretzel. Don't let them get you all out of whack. Don't let them do that. Don't. You're a better person. You're learning to be a better person. And that's what they need to see. Because you were always a good person. And that's why they did you like they did you. Because they're jealous. They're jealous of who you are. They wish they could be who you are. And I had to understand that too. I was like, for real? They are very jealous. Think back. Think back to some times, things that when things were working out for you, when you had some good news, what their reaction was. They downplayed your good news. Guaranteed they downplayed it. But when there was something on them, oh, they couldn't wait to tell you. And in a braggadocious way. In a braggadocious way. So, yeah. I have told him, thank you for enlightening me. Because now I know exactly what to listen out for. I'm not going to tolerate any lies. You don't get a pass from me on lies. The sooner that I hear a lie, you're out of there. That's why I said it's okay to be single. Ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to be single. You can't keep setting yourself up for failure. You can't. And like I stated before, it's funny because the good people are never in the same room together. We're always in the room with them. We're never in the same room together. It's just how it is. And I don't know if you've watched zombie movies, but it seems like that's what they are doing. They taint you so bad, you become them. A lot of people I know that are good, they say, you know what, I'm not fooling with no more men. I'm not fooling with no more women. I'm just gonna be out here. And that's what they want. That's how they want you. That's how they want you. But guess what? It doesn't end well for them either. It doesn't end well for them either. Do you think that you can go through life messing with people, messing with their minds, and it's gonna work out for you? You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. So that's only gonna work for them for a few years. For a few years, it'll work for them. Okay? Because their master gets tired of them too. Once that master uses them, he gets tired of them too. And they're thrown by the wayside. My first husband was so mean and grandiose and a liar and a cheater. And guess what? He died alone. He has 5 kids. There was no children by his side when he died. And he had a pauper's funeral. Nobody claimed his body. So that's their future. That's their future. And they asked for it. Because they're out here mistreating people. They're out here fumbling people. They're out here mishandling people. You can't do that. Especially good people. You can't do that to good people. You can't. You can't do that to good people. And like right now, he's fooling with someone who's his equal. Because her background was the same as his. And she's transactional. She just wants money. She wants stuff. And he's giving her stuff. And she's not the only one. She thinks she's the only one. He has some other people here. See, she's in Mexico. You don't have to deal with her on a regular basis. So that's the one you're trying to keep close. He has some here. So it's funny how they feel they're so much more of a better woman than I am. I'm like, good luck. Tag, you it, honey. You it. You it. And I'm gonna be over here. Meanwhile, I'm over here. And as long as everybody stay in their lane, we good. Stay in lane. As long as we're staying in lanes, we good. Like I told him, don't send any woman over here to pick up nothing. You come get it. You come get it. Don't send no woman over my house. We ain't playing. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. And they seem to like to want to play all the time. They want to play. I'm not play with your mama. Or what they say, play with your mammy. We're not playing. Not playing. Too old for that. Too old for that. Too old for that. You just have to be no nonsense. No nonsense. And don't play the childish games. And don't go back and forth with them. Because you know what? The last real argument we had when I put him out, I was all kind of B's. And I said, I'll be that. I'll be that. Who are you? What are you? I'll be that, baby. I'll be that. But when we had our conversation a day ago, we're sitting there talking, and he starts to tear up. I'm like, no, pay the ticket. Pay the ticket. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. What you crying for? What you crying for? Because like I said, that hoovering, whoo, to me, that has got to be the most aggravating thing to do. Or hear or listen to, the hoovering. I don't need that either. You did what you did. We did what we did. You're over there and I'm over here. And let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. I have no respect for a narcissist. I have no respect for a narcissist individual. A person that I can't stand them. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not trying to make changes. They'll tell you they'll make a change. They're not trying to make changes because they don't see the need to. They don't see that the problem is them. The problem is not them. The problem is you. And you know why you're the problem? Because you're tired of that crap and you ain't putting up with it. They need you to deal with what they're doing. So you're the problem. Like I said, I'll pray for you. Meanwhile, stay over there. Stay over there. Don't disrupt me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. And the only reason why they're Hoover is because they like the monkey branch. What I mean by that, they want to keep you in place because you know what? More than likely, if they're hoovering all the time, you're the most resourceful one. They need to keep you on the team because they got a team now. They've had a team, but they got a team of about 3 or 4. But you're the most resourceful one. So that's why they want to hoover. But what I learned today from one of the creators is she was like, if you don't want that, you got to make yourself like less accessible. That's what I have to talk to mine for right now because I'm trying to get a divorce. I filed last year, but it's our finances, and we have to clear that. And I've been depressed for like the last 4 days or so. And I say, you got to snap out of that, baby. Life goes on. Snap out of that so you can have to do what you got to do, so you can cut your losses. We have to tell ourselves that. Sometimes you need to have a lot of motivational people behind you. I have family support. I just don't like to bog people down with negative feelings. You get what I'm saying? Like if I see my mom doing great, my mom just beat cancer. I don't want to bring drama to her because she worries. She will worry. I don't want to bring drama to her. So sometimes when you have things going on, you just might shut down and you might not want to talk to anybody about it because you don't want to like ruin their day, their week, or whatever. But sometimes you need that motivational person to back say, hey, get up. Did you do what you're supposed to do today? You need that person. I got a person like that now. I told her. I said, now sometimes I might be mad at you, but I don't just ignore it. Ignore it. Because she'll call me sometimes and say, hey, did you get up? Did you say you was going to do? I need that. Because we go through it. Because they literally, they poke so many holes in you that you got to fill back up. Because you didn't have holes in you at first. And they've literally poked holes in you that you got to fix. Yeah. So for all those people who think that they might be dealing with one, but they're not sure, but you're looking at all these videos and you kind of like yeah, that sounds about. Don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of us have given 10 plus years of our lives to these individuals only to end up alone and trying to get back. We'll never be the person we were. Okay, we'll never be that person, and it's probably good that we're not. We kind of like shit at that person, but we're trying to get ourselves back to a more positive space. Well, I know I am. I don't want to be bitter. And I don't suggest people being bitter. Yeah, I have shared energy. I've given a lot back that I received, and I don't suggest that either because we were told, God says, vengeance is mine. He don't like you messing around with a good person. He don't like it when wicked people mess with good people. He does not like it. And you can give it to him and he'll take care of it. You don't even you could just, like I said, a lot of people just walk away. They be like, you know what? I'm good. They don't try to get back with the get back. They don't. Then some of us, like I said, we imperfect, and a lot of us are dealing with other types of emotions, and we just get back with the get back. You know, everybody handles things different, but like I said, I don't suggest anything of revenge. You just pretty much have to leave them alone. Leave them alone. Your greatest revenge is to live better than them, and be at peace with yourself, because they don't want you to like yourself. They don't like you because they're jealous of you. Just always remember that. They want to be you. They want to be you. I used to never believe that a person could be jealous of me. My father used to tell us things back in the day, like, you know, that person is jealous. And not all the time, but there were certain things that he could see as a dad. Because I used to have people who were jealous of me because I had a mom and a dad. You know, I had people jealous of me because my dad used to take us everywhere. Like, we used to travel all the time. And he used to tell us, when you get back, unless somebody asks you about your trip, don't sit there and tell everybody, we went here, we went there, we don't. He said, because a lot of kids are not as fortunate as you are. And so we didn't do that. We weren't braggadocious. But then when we used to get mistreated by certain kids, he would say, because they're jealous. And I would think, nobody's jealous of me. I see it now as an adult. I see it. It's just the people you are. I'll give you an example. When I first went to Mexico, I went to Mexico for the first time in 2013. Because my husband used to send us there, like his proxies, because he couldn't come back across the line. And so each time I went to Mexico, I learned new parts of the city. I'm a very social person. I'm a social butterfly. Always been. So I met people. I met a lot of people in Mexico. I'm talking about people who didn't live up in the pueblo. People who didn't know them, the family. These are just people. And to this day, I still know those people. So when they see me, they call my name. And my husband was like, how do you know all these people? Because I'm not y'all. Because I'm not y'all. And I'm genuine. And people feel genuine people. They feel them. They feel genuine people. They love genuine people. And that's the part they don't like. Because your people are drawn to you when you're a genuine person. And they're not. They try to be funny acting sometimes. And like I told him, the people around y'all are yes men. It's because you like to open up your wallet and give money out. So you're buying friends. I don't have to buy none of my friends. The people I have around me are true friends. They love me unconditionally. They're true friends. But you wouldn't know anything about that. Those are your qualities that they're jealous of. Yeah, jealous. So I'm glad to be back. I encourage each and every one to do the following. Do the following. If you're seeking help, or if you're watching these videos because you're seeking help, or you're trying to just see people who have had the same experiences you have, and this is like a release for all of us, because I know it's a release for me, it's therapy for me. Go follow my TikTok. My TikTok is Nuke. I think it's Nuke by Narcissist. It's not Nuke by a Narcissist. It's Nuke by Narcissist. I have a book out. I gotta make sure that I'm still out there on Amazon. I have a book called Nuke by a Narcissist. I'm gonna get a copy of my book. I have all my copies are gone, so I'm gonna get a copy of it and just show it to you. But I have a book out. That's my logo is my book. The cover of my book. I want everybody. Sometimes you just have to go somewhere and mediate, because that's what I need to be doing more. Mediation, and not dwell on my past, because he is going to be my past, whether I like it or not. He's a part now of my past, so he has to get in line with all the other past idiots. So yeah, this was a long video, but love you. But check out my TikTok. And then for you guys who like to have advice from doctors, I don't know if you've ever heard of a website called Quora. I think it's Quora. It's Quora. Oh my goodness, you can get answers to questions by doctors, and you don't have to pay for subscriptions all the time. Okay, so like I said, I put my page out on YouTube for laughter, experiences, and to encourage you. You will and you can get better. You will and you can get better. Let's encourage each other. Okay? You will and you can get better. Until next time.